And it's now time for Acoustics in the Room, and right now we have the talented Kevin Sullivan. Welcome to the show.
Good on you, Greg. Great to be here.
Thanks so much for coming in. So can you tell everyone a bit about yourself for those unfamiliar?
Yeah, my name's Kevin Sullivan, and you can find me on Kevin Sullivan Music on Facebook. Look, I'm a singer-songwriter. I have 5 children, happily married. My older girls, Emily and Alex, they certainly better be listening to me online. They told me they are. And my 3 young ones, KJ, Cha-Cha and Jet, are all at school. They better not be listening to me. But yeah, look, I've been writing and playing music through the outback for many, many years. I lived out west in Burke, and I've played sort of all through the country. I did the Birdsville races in 2013 and currently about to release my second album, Belonging. So, yeah, great, but it's great to be here and great to meet you. A lot of people talk about your program, so thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. And was there a moment when you decided and realised music was what you wanted to do?
My family, so I'm one of 6, and we all sing. My dad's a piano player, and I think we got our music from him. So from a very young age, we would sing round the piano, and I think I just carried that on. I taught myself to play the guitar, and I was always singing and just writing songs, and I just sort of couldn't wait to perform. So, yeah, it's probably just in my blood. And
has there been any artists that have inspired you over the years?
Look, I like a real cross-section of music. I mean, I'm a country singer, so, I mean, I love Slim Dusty, but I used to like some of the American singers, you know, the Charlie Pride, the Johnny Cash. But equally, I like all music. I mean, you know, if music's good music, I think it touches the soul. So, you know, I love all styles.
Yeah. Well, you have brought your guitar, which is exciting, so I'd love to hear a live track. What do you want to play for us first?
Look, this is a song I wrote a couple of years ago. It's called Outback Australia, and I've just finished doing the Senior Academy of Country Music in Tamworth, and I met Lynn Botel, who's a fantastic singer-songwriter. She was on The Voice, actually, last year, and she was one of the tutors, as was Kevin Bennett from Kevin Bennett and the Flood. And I was lucky that they have done some backing vocals on this song, so it's going to be part of my album that I'm releasing on the 19th of May. But this song's called Outback Australia. Simply talks about our great country and other countries in the world, but nothing really matches Outback Australia. It goes a bit like this. I've been away from home too long, seen all the sights, I've heard the songs, but the place that is calling me is where we all should be. Talked about in Dreamtime by the Aborigine. Follow me, I'll tell you where to go. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. Where friends, they will shake your hand, they'll always say g'day. They'll wave as you're passing through, they'll help in every way. But most of all, they'll welcome you, and one day you will say, I'm going outback Australia. They say in Rome, you do as Romans do. And in the States, it's such a bigger show. Old England helped by sending us down here. And now we laugh, our grins from ear to ear. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. Where friends, they will shake your hand, they'll always say g'day. They'll wave as you're passing through, they'll help in every way. But most of all, they'll welcome you, and one day you will say, I'm going outback Australia. So tell your friends this place that you have found, and tell the world it's better than it sounds. Say come and see, our country's best by far. You'll find me there, where? Outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. Where friends, they will shake your hand, they'll always say g'day. They'll wave as you're passing through, they'll help in every way. But most of all, they'll welcome you, and one day you will say, I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Outback Australia. See you there.
Kevin Sullivan there on 100. I love that song.
Good on you, Greg.
Great song.
Yeah, it's a bit of an up-tempo song about Outback Australia and how good our country is.
Nothing beats our country, which is great.
No, that's for sure, yeah.
So where do you take inspiration from when you do set out to write a song?
So songs like Outback Australia, I travelled throughout the Outback for a long time. So for over probably 16, 17, 18 years, I played music in pubs all across Outback Australia. So you take inspiration from places you go, from people you see. I also it's funny, I'm here in Campbelltown in your studios because for a long time I worked here in Campbelltown as a forensic crime scene examiner. So sometimes you take stories from things you see, from your workplace, people you meet on your journey through life, both good and sad things, emotional things. So pretty much everything, you see, do,
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier about the Academy of Country Music. What was that experience like?
So it was great. So it was up in Tamworth, run by the CMAA, so the Senior Academy of Country Music. And I mean, I was a little bit older than some of the other students, but we were all there for a common purpose: writing music, playing music, learning about the business of music. And look, it was a very inclusive and close knit group that we had. Our tutors from Lynn Botel, from Kevin Bennett, Amber Lawrence, Adam Brand, Casey Chambers, Lachlan Bryant, they were all just so readily available to help us and quite down to earth, which is something sort of consistent throughout the country music sort of scene. It is like a family and very helpful. But I was very inspired by the Academy and met some great people. And three of the people that I met, three of the students are coming to my launch. So Brittany Elise Johansson, Lara Raymond, and also Beck Thornton are coming down to Gerringong for my launch. So really great.
And what do you enjoy most about performing to a crowd?
Look, I think most performers will tell you it's just great to be out in front of people playing music. And I mean, I do a lot of covers with a lot of gigs I do, but and I love covers, and anyone who's has done covers, but there's nothing like performing your own songs that you've written and seeing the reaction to crowds to your music. And it's funny, sometimes I'll sing a song that I've just written, and if there's a connection in the crowd, you see the crowd sort of singing along to a song you've just written, and they just get a vibe. And there's really nothing better than seeing a crowd enjoying music, like original songs that you've written. That's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah, nothing beats original music.
It really doesn't, yeah. And people like you, Greg, who at 100.3 FM here have been a really great supporter of Australian acts. So I know you've been doing it for a long time, and everyone in the industry talks about you, and people like yourself who just support country and Australian acts. So thanks so much.
It's good to support great Australian music when it's so much around. Now you have a new album coming up, Belonging. Can you tell us about the album? So Belonging is an album I'm releasing on the 19th of May, and down in Gerringong, which is where I'm from. And again, there's only a couple of tickets left, but the tickets have gone pretty well. So Kevin Sullivan Music, you can still get a ticket. Look, it covers lots of things from the song Outback Australia to a song, the title track Belonging, which is about my older girls and just singing songs of love to get through life. That's what that song Belonging's about. There's another song on there called Unknown People, which I'm going to sing next. And it's sort of a quieter song, and Unknown People is about the different incidents that touch us all through life, and some happy, some emotional, and how we react to them. And Unknown People is basically talking about how different things in life can affect us. So for me, it's about an incident happened during my forensic days, but a lot of people come up when I'm singing and say that really resonated with me over something that's happened, something I saw on the TV, like 9/11, or and so Unknown People is about the emotions that we all sort of experience from things that happen in life. So, well, since we were talking about that great song, I think we'd love to hear it.
Okay, it's called Unknown People. Good on you, Greg. Sometimes you never know your number's called up. How can you ever know you've run out of luck? He didn't know when he boarded the train his darling ones would never see him again. All the unknown people struggling too. The journey, it was one he'd taken before. The gentle rocking sounds, the sights he saw. But when it came, it happened so fast. The innocent man, he'd breathed his last. All the unknown people struggling too. Those few words have always haunted. The letter said it would safely bring him home. I placed a letter on the bench and worried about its consequence. All the unknown people struggling too. Many times I wanted just to see them, tell them how it so affected me. But I was told just let them grieve, I carry their small tears with me. All the unknown people struggling too. Those few words have always haunted. The letter said it would safely bring him home. I placed the letter on the bench and worried about its consequence. All the unknown people struggling too. Often I have seen those little faces crying for the man who won't come home. Now they're so much older though, I wonder if their tears have slowed. Not the unknown people struggling too. Those few words have always haunted. The letter said it would safely bring him home. I placed a letter on the bench and worried about its consequence. All the unknown people struggling too. I placed a letter on the bench and worried about its consequence. All the unknown people struggling too. All the unknown people struggling too.
The talented Kevin Sullivan there, another great one.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, it's called Unknown People. Yeah, it's a bit of a quieter song, but yeah, I really like it. So.
Another great one. So where would you like to take your music career?
Look, I try to be realistic because I'm sort of not I'm not 18 or 20, but I think there is no barrier with music, and so I mean I've always played music, and I've always sort of had a dream of taking my music to the world. Ultimately, that's what I'd love to do. I was lucky in 2013. I travelled to Nashville to the Nashville Country Music Festival, and look, as a dream, I would love to play there. I mean, I'd love to win a golden guitar here at Tamworth, and I was lucky to be at the Golden Guitar Awards this year, and just amazing talent, amazing people. And look, I suppose my dream is to get my music out and to be heard by people, and people like you, Greg, are helping me do it. So look, I'm just going to keep plodding on and trying to get my music out there.
I'll have my fingers crossed for a golden guitar for you.
Good on you, Greg. Thank you.
And what's the best way for people to contact you for more
Look,
information?
The best way would be on Facebook, Kevin Sullivan Music. I think there's a tag of at Kevin Sullivan, at KVIN SULLOVIN music. Almost struggle spelling my name there. But Kevin Sullivan Music, you can find me. And like I said, my album launch is in Gerringong on the 19th of May at the Gerringong Co-op, which is opposite the railway station in Gerringong, so easy to find. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.
Great having you in.
Thanks so much for having me. It's been great.
And do you think we can finish with one more?
Look, yeah, certainly I've got one more in me. So this is, I played at the Inaminka races some years ago, and I met a girl called Jess Fullerton, and she kept asking me to sing the song Shameless, which is a Garth Brooks song. So I didn't know it that year, and the next year she asked me again, and then in 2013 I learnt the song, And when I asked where she was, sadly Jess had met a very untimely death. So it sort of rocked me a little bit because she was such a beautiful, full of life person. So I went home and wrote a song called "Play Shameless" for me, and this song's for Jess. And thanks again for having me, Greg.
Thank you so much.
Can you play Shameless for me? I'm standing begging you, please. I love that song and I'm prepared to wait all night long. Can you play Shameless for me? Well, just how hard can it be? And when you sing it out for me. She asked me every time she heard the band play. There wasn't much of her, but she was okay. Can you play Shameless for me? I'm standing begging you, please. I love that song and I'm prepared to wait all night long. Can you play Shameless for me? Well, just how hard can it be? And when you sing it out for me. She was so happy dancing out on the floor, and when the music stopped, she'd yell for one more. So when I learned a song and asked is she here, her friends just cried she won't be coming this year. Can you play Shameless for me? I'm standing begging you, please. I love that song and I'm prepared to wait all night long. Can you play Shameless for me? Well, just how hard can it be? And when you sing it out for me. Here we go. At first they told me if you sing it, we'll cry. But later on they said she'd want you to try. And so I sang her song with tears in my eyes. I'm sure I heard her sing along from up high. Can you play Shameless for me? I'm standing begging you, please. I love that song and I'm prepared to wait all night long. Can you play Shameless for me? Well, just how hard can it be? And when you sing it out for me. And when you sing it out for me. I'm singing Shameless, Jess, can you hear me?
Kevin Sullivan there, thanks again.
Thanks for having me, Greg. Have a great day.